Okay, so once you're in the class, you will end up on the home page, and this is what it looks like. It will have all the weeks, and we're going to go 8 weeks, so we'll stop right at this point right here since you're a summer school class. And you can click on each week as it becomes available. I only make each week available during its specific time because we want to stay focused on exactly what we're doing, and we don't want to get ahead of ourselves because we need to talk to each other about the material that we're doing in that particular week, especially when we're writing and we're doing a lot of discussion boards. So each week will usually be revealed to you by Sunday evening because of this is a summer school class, so that Monday morning that you can start on your work. If that changes, I will always let you know. But generally, it will be given to you on Sunday evening late, so you can start Monday morning. Okay, so a couple of ways to get to the material that you're going to learn. You can just click on week 1 here, and it will take you to the modules, which is where everything lives. Or you can always click on modules, and that will get you to the same place. So it's the same way. You are probably going to use this modules most of the time because you'll come and go out of those quite a bit. But again, you can go week 1 or module. So we'll go to week 1 and let's see what's ahead for you in that week. All right, since this is a summer school class, it's going to look like a lot of work, and it's a fair amount, but you can get through it. It's about 12 to 15 hours a week. Oh, maybe 15 more close to it. But again, remember, you're taking 16 weeks of a normal semester. And it's a 6-unit class, so it's 6 units a week, right? Or 6 hours a week, times that by 16 and a half weeks. And that's just the minimum number of hours of actual class time. And then you have homework. So now you're taking those 16 weeks and we're going to put them down to 8 weeks. So really, if you look at it, this is really 2 weeks worth in 1 week because it's summer school. But it's doable, and it's set so you can follow a pattern. I recommend that you log in 4 days a week. Now, whatever 4 days those are, it's up to you, but definitely early in the week so you can get your discussions in. Anything that's due before the weekend, you can get in. And you want to know what's ahead. You don't want to wait till the weekend because this is a lot of work, and all of a sudden you're trying to do a ton of work and you only have a day or two. So get disciplined. Pretend it's a face-to-face class meeting in the summer where you would come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 9 to 12. So set your schedule so that you have that everyday expectation, and then you won't fall behind in the class, and actually you'll get quite a bit out of this. It's designed to really help you with your writing skills, okay? So as you see, the most important thing you can do with every week that I set up is you want to hit the overview for that week. And once you hit the overview, it's going to explain to you exactly what you're going to be doing for that week. So this is the number 1 place. So you're going to find out what's going to be covered. And as you can see here, we're in our ESL 350 orientation video that you're watching now. And the instructor video, if you chose to watch that, if you wanted to know more about me, but you didn't have to. And then for the reading I assign, if there's an audio that goes with the reading, I'll make the audio available for you because as an ESL student, I know it's nice to have someone reading it as you are reading along on the page, so you can listen to the tone and you can listen to pronunciation and you can get the different speed and the flow of it. And it's a little bit easier when you are listening, and then you can always go back and reread and listen so you can understand the article and the content of the article. So we have 2 readings this week, your first week. And again, if this was a 16-unit class, 1 reading had been due 1 day and another reading would have been due another day, but we're compressing it. So here we go. So you have reading 1 and 2 in the book. There's the page numbers. And when you can listen to the audio, but under reading, you read along. Same page numbers as you can see. 1, you just listen and then you read along, okay? And then I also have on here, watch how to make your journal entry into Glass Castle. Now we have a novel that you're going to be reading. Fantastic, interesting, amazing, funny, frustrating. irritating, shocking, all of these things about this young lady and her brother and her sisters growing up with parents that were very irresponsible, but also loving on the same page. And it's about poverty and triumph and all kinds of things. So my students, the favorite part of their class, this class, they have told me is the novel. So we're going to keep a journal entry. So each week you're going to be assigned some questions to answer about the book in that journal. And I want you to know how to do the journal entry. I will also post what a typical journal entry would look like, just so you get an idea. But this will help you keep your thoughts together as you go through the book. Okay, so that's the lecture. Lecture is generally always a video or an audio. The reading from the book, Glass Castle and Q Skills. The assignments is something that you will go and do under the Assignments tab. When you get into the modules, you'll see this area that says Assignments. And usually it's something you click on and you go fill out. So for example, here is vocabulary and some true-false questions based on the first reading on pages 8, 10, and 12. You can always go to page 8, 10, and 12 and do the work before you even go to the assignment area and fill it in. I don't put any time limit on this. I do give you a couple of times to take most of the tests. Some only have one, but most of the time I give you a couple of times to answer it. My goal is for you to understand, not necessarily to try to trick you or confuse you. I really want you to be able to have opportunity to go back and correct mistakes as you start to learn more, okay? So here there's 3 things to do in the assignments, and it's all pretty much true, false, multiple choice, or you're matching, or you're putting a letter showing, I think this heading belongs in this reading, that kind of thing. Okay, but again, it's untimed, but there is a deadline, and we'll get to that in a minute. Then you'll learn what discussions we're going to have as you talk to fellow students that are in the classroom. There's a discussion board, and there's usually one discussion. There's 2 this week because, number 1, you're going to be in a discussion where you introduce yourself so we can get to know you, and you get to know your classmates. That's really easy. You're just going to talk about yourself. And the second one due, and I've got the due dates here, the second one due Saturday, June 20th, is what's the most shocking event that you've read in the Glass Castle so far? So this is a personal reaction to what you've read in the book. And the readings, I will tell you that there's 288 pages in the Glass Castle. So you're going to need to read 36 pages per week, roughly about 5 pages per day if you want to kind of break it down to that area. There's a lot of vocabulary, but you don't have to know all the vocabulary to do well in the book. You'll understand the book without having to know every single vocabulary word. So I don't want you to get bogged down by it. The vocabulary gives you a richer experience, but you will still understand basically what's happening without having to know all the big words that she uses in there. So don't let that intimidate you. Okay? So, and like I said, it's very interesting reading, so you'll want to read those 5 pages. Most of my students tell me that they've read ahead because they can't wait to see what happens on the next page, okay? So, but you will be doing a fair amount of reading in the class, so again, set yourself on a schedule, about 5 pages a day for Glass Castle, and maybe 7 pages a day so you can get in there and do your journal. All right. The exam's none for this week, yay, so you don't have to worry about having an exam. And I have put here some of the first pages for you, so it's so important that you get both books and quickly, because you will fall behind in record time if you don't have the book. And so I've got enough to get you started for the first week, okay? But you really need to go ahead and get your own book. And the way you do these is that on the picture, you want to right-click it, and you can either view the image or save the image or something else like that. So these are all image files, so you can just view the image, for example, and then that way you can make it as small or as big or whatever as possible. Okay, so what came up here is the image of this first reading, and that's one of the pages, and there will be more that you open, but this goes over the vocabulary that you're going to see and what the reading is about. And you do the same with the next one. You want to just click on this, and this is actually the article, and the image would open, and you can make it as big or small as you need to. Okay, so I've done that for you for the first week, but folks, don't. And I've also given you guys links to where you can go find the books very cheaply. I sent that in your email a day or two ago, where you can pick up each book for like $7 each. But if you wait and you fall behind, it's just going to be miserable for you. Okay, so don't do that. So knowing that what to expect each week, go back to modules here. Remember, modules is the big link that you're going to click on to get from point A to point B. And then, so you always go to overview, and then here's my lectures. It's going to be my introduction, this orientation that you're watching now, and there's your audio files that you're going to listen to so you can do your reading at the same time. All right. And then the assignments, if you want to see what that looks like, I tell you when it's due. These are all due June 21st. So it gives you a full week. And it tells you how many points it's worth. Okay. And so we'll just look at one real quick. What you do is you click on it. And I'm actually in the instructor view here. So I'll have to hit preview on mine, but yours will just open. And what you'll do is I say this is on exercise B on page 8, and complete the sentence with the vocabulary choices given below. Okay, words or phrases that are out of some style sometimes experience a what. So you need to choose the right vocabulary. And these are in your book, and they were in the reading too. Okay, so all you have to do is click it. All right, and then once you're done with that, you just hit submit quiz, and you will give instant feedback on what you got wrong. Okay, and then I believe on this one, we'll go ahead and see. I do believe I give you a couple of chances to take this quiz. Okay, so let's go back to modules again, and let's see what else. So same kind of thing on these particular exercises. And then here are your discussion boards, your class introductions, where you're going to come in and say something about yourself. And the most shocking thing in Glass Castle. So I want everybody to introduce him or herself by Wednesday if possible. And then, of course, this is a graded forum. So once you go to the most shocking thing in Glass Castle so far, you're going to go ahead and open that up. And I said many things are happening on page 339 in the novel The Glass Castle. Tell me what's most surprising or shocking or infuriating or unbelievable. What did you have a strong reaction about? Once you do that, you're just going to hit your reply here. Okay, and all you have to do is start talking about, maybe the most shocking thing for me was when Jeanette caught on fire when cooking hot dogs over an open flame when she was 3. Her mother, blah, blah, blah. Just keep writing from there. So write maybe a paragraph about how you feel, and then you're going to hit your post reply. And then as students start answering, and you have until Saturday to do this, I don't give Sunday because I want to give people a chance to respond to each other. Once you do that, I said, then read one other student's post and respond by expressing your thoughts about what he or she said. So you put what you think, hit your reply, then go find someone else's reply and talk to them. This class, to be successful, it's really important if you participate in the discussion forums. I mean, they're worth points, but you feel like a class and you feel like you get to know each other through the discussion. So important for you to do this. I'm going to cancel this because I'm the teacher, so it's not going to show up right. All right, let's go back to modules. Okay, so that's the discussions that you're going to do. No quizzes, and then your journal entry. I'm going to tell you each week what your journal entry is going to be, okay? And in this case, your journal entry is going to be name one good characteristic of a mother and for the father. Be sure to answer each of these questions and give plenty of details. Okay, so, and this just gives you an idea how to write a good journal entry, okay? You can read through it at your leisure, but if you want full points here, what am I looking for when you answer? What's your vocabulary, your grammar, and how well did you answer the question, okay? In this orientation video, I'm not going to go through it because you can read it yourself, and if you have any questions, you feel free to email me, okay? So you can make your own Word document and write all your entries into your own Word document. The only thing I ask you to do is don't put it in a PDF file or save it as a PDF file because it's going to be a living document. That means that, here, I'll show you the ones I give you. I've made one for you just to make it easy for you. And it is on Word, Microsoft Word, but you can do your own when you cancel this. So I might want to open it with I'll open in Pages, but you can use Google Docs and upload a Google Docs. There's no problem with that. I'm using a Mac, so this is going to open in Pages, but this is going to be available in Microsoft Word for you. So the first thing I want you to do is, and I've done the first one for you, is you write the question that I've got. So you can just copy and paste. So you see it right here, right? You can just take this, copy it, and paste it right into your journal entry so that you don't even have to type it. Type the date of the journal entry, and it was due on the 21st, okay? And I will tell you that I won't collect your journal entries until towards the end of the semester. So if you get behind on your journal entries, that's okay if you need some time, but I would really recommend you guys be careful because I might call them in week 4 or 5 or something else like that. And then you don't want to be up all night trying to catch up on your journal entries. So I give you a date to turn them in. But if you're like 2 or 3 days over that because you need more time, you got real busy, that's okay. Just don't get too far behind, okay? And then I just started with one sentence here. One good characteristic of Rosemary was that she loved art and she taught her children to appreciate art. And you're gonna write about a paragraph total with both Rosemary and the father. So one paragraph should cover both of them, okay? But if you want to write 2 paragraphs, you can. So I've done the first part of this for you. Of course, you're going to write a lot more if you want any points for this. I have a different video for you on how to write journal entries, okay? So make sure you watch that, and I go into much more detail about how to make your journal entries. So I'll stop with that right now and go back again to modules. So we're going to go back. And that was it for week 1, right? So again, it's definitely doable. You put yourself on a schedule, you'll find that you can be able to pace yourself really well. And then when week 2 comes along, you won't see it until I post it, but I'll give you a little preview. Okay, like in week 2, we're going to spend a lot of our time on paraphrasing. It's a really important skill, and I've got videos for you to watch on paraphrasing. And then you guys are going to do your first writing assignment and on a word definition chart. And this will all be available for you in week 2, but your focus right now is week 1. Okay, so that's it every week. And of course, as week 2 becomes available, what are you going to do? You're going to go overview of week 2, very important. And same with week 3. You're going to do overview of week 3. Okay, so that is this portion of the class. You can always ask me a question by coming over here to your inbox, and you can click on that and write me a message in an email and ask me a question. So I'm available for that. Your grades are going to be in the grade section right here. I'm not going to click on it myself because you will see everybody's grades, and because I'm in the teacher mode, so I can't really click on it. But if you click on it, you're just going to see your grades, okay? And you can have a running total throughout the semester. So You should know exactly where you are all the time. And then once an assignment is past its due date and you haven't turned it in, I'm going to put a 0 there. So you can see immediately how it will affect your grade. So you want to keep up. If there's something that was in your life that really happened that you need to ask me for extra time, you can do that. But for the most part, once the assignment is over, I'm going to go ahead and put a 0 just so you know where you stand every day. Okay? But contact me if there's a problem. Okay, oftentimes I'll put announcements each week, and so you can check that when you first come on. And pretty much there's library resources here that you can check out, and there will be tutoring for you guys to be able to see as well, and many other types of support that you can have. So when you come over here, there's going to be a little icon here that's student support. And when you click on that, you'll see that you can get counseling, tech support, financial aid support, career placement, your library, and your tutoring. Now, since this is a writing class, and it is our advanced writing class, one of the actual papers I'm going to have you go into tutoring just so you can experience that. And it says, look, you can get help with your classes even when you can't go to campus, which of course is all of us right now. This video was made during COVID-19. And so if you click on tutoring, you're going to have different ways that you can come into the tutoring. And one way is through their online services. Okay, you do have to register for Tutoring 300. It's free. There's no homework. So once you do that, then you're going to be able to go into the Learning Center, and you can sign up for a real tutor kind of online like you do in a Zoom conference. Or there's the Paper Center where you can actually turn in your paper, and then an instructor within 24 to 48 hours will respond to your paper, and you'll get it back in your email. So you really should be doing this right away because, again, this class is advanced and there's a lot of work. You can do it. I haven't lost too many students. As long as you do the work and you stay with me, we're going to get you through it, right? So I'm very helpful and very positive to get you to your goal. But you got to stay with me. Okay. So this is where you want to go for your online tutoring. And then, of course, there's a tutoring center. Once you sign up for that, they're going to take you through NetTutor, and you can go through these different things, and you can see the areas that they tutor you in, and it's quite a bit. And it will give you the tutor schedules here, and they will give you the online tutoring and paper review, which is you, and you can make your appointment, okay? And it will tell you how to access what you need to do, but you've got to sign up for that Tutoring 300, very important. And then you're going to be able to get into, it will show up in your Canvas, and it will have a tutoring and a paper center in Canvas, but you got to sign up for Tutoring 300 to get it, right? And then once you do, you can do all of these things and get that tutor face-to-face, through Zoom, your paper back to you, all that kind of thing. All right, folks, so let's get back to class so we can see what else we're doing here. So that's the class, and on Wednesdays, the first time we meet, we're going to meet in Zoom, and I'll set us up some Zoom conferences, and where that's going to be, I'll show you right here so you can see it. And the Zoom conferences are not mandatory, but you probably really want to catch them if you can. So as you can see up here on your navigation panel on the left, there's a Confer Zoom link, and that's what you're going to click to come in to that. So let's take a look. Now let's take a look from your point of view, okay? So I'm going to come over to student view here, just make sure that you can see what you will see. So this is your view here. And on the right-hand side, you can see it's going to give you a to-do list, okay? And that's really handy because you know what you got to do for the week. It's going to tell you when it's due so you don't fall behind. And so you just click on it and we'll take you right to that exercise, okay? It will take you right to where you need to be. And but I want to show you that there's the Confer Zoom right here. And I don't know that they'll be every Wednesdays, because this Wednesday, which will be for this video, June 17th, I'm going to have a Zoom meeting with all students who want to come from 10 to about 11, maybe 11:20, something else like that. Again, it's optional, but you'll get a lot out of it if you can make it, okay? I will try to record it and have it posted for you if you can't make it. So Confer Zoom, you click here, but because I'm a test student, it's not going to show me anything. But when you click here, you're actually going to see a link, and you will click on it and it will open up Zoom inside Canvas. And you log in. There's probably going to be a password, so all the information is going to be posted under your Confirm Zoom here, your Confer Zoom. I will also try to post that information in announcements each week as well. Okay, so from your view here, again, there's your modules. That's what yours looks like from your view. And just to show you, when you click on something over on this side, it should take you directly to whatever it is that you have to do. All right. Okay, folks, that's pretty much the class, and I'm really looking forward to working with you this summer. My goal is to get you to be the best writer you can be, strengthen those skills, and have a good time at it too. My former students will probably tell you that I really like to have a good time, and I love teaching to you. So ask me anything, make your mistakes. We'll help you realize what they are and just make you stronger. All right, let's have a great, great summer.